Hey, Pointy Blue here. So here's my profile on Harpies. You guys probably know me as the Harpie guys. That's about all I've ever done on the channel. So yeah, let's get into it. So we start off with 3 Harpie Channeler, because she's the one who special summons Harpies from the decks by discarding other Harpie cards. I mean, yeah, it's the main way you get out XEs. Then we got the newest card, 3 Harpie Harpist. This is part of the reason this is like the whole reason I re-engineered the deck. It used to be level 7 cards like Big Eye and Draco Sack and Harpie's Pet Dragon. But now that Harpist is out, it makes the level 4 variant a lot more prominent. And also, she makes the deck a lot better because she's got an effect that says if you normal summon her, if you have another winged beast or Harpie out, she can bounce that winged beast and one of your opponent's monsters back to the hand. And also, her effect that you'll be using most often is when she's sent to the graveyard, at the end of the turn you can search a winged beast with 1500 or less attack. So most of the time you're going to be bringing Channeler, because you know, you want to do plays. And then there's Harpie Queen, the beater, and the searcher of the field spell. And everyone knows how good the field spell is. Then we've got 3 Harpie Dancer. She allows for certain combos to take place. You can keep using her effect, which is to bring back any wind monster on the field back to your hand, including herself. So if you have the field spell out, you can bring her back and summon her again, and that just gives you more back row destruction. Plus she can like send back Channeler, so you can use her another time and stuff like that, you know. Then we run 2 Cyber Harpie Ladies and 1 Harpie Lady 1. I might go to 3 Cyber Harpies just because having 1800 attack all the time is better than having this one that brings everyone up by 300, but you know, it's kind of a preference thing, really. Then we got for non-Harpies, we've got Garuda and Summoner Monk. Garuda is just another winged beast wind monster, so it lets you go into Shidori and Zero Fine and such. And then Summoner Monk, you know, he works well with Hysteric Sign, which you didn't see in any of the duels today, but trust me, Hysteric Sign is good. We'll get to that later. Ah, look, here it is, Hysteric Sign. So this is a card that says you can play it and search an Elegant Egotist, which lets you summon Harpie Lady from the deck, which is nice, but its real good effect is when it's sent to the graveyard from the field or hand, you can search 3 Harpies at the end of the turn. They just all have to have different names. So yeah, if I had gotten this in the duel, I might have been able to put up a bit of a better fight, but you know. Then we got 3 Hunting Ground, which is back row destruction and gives all Harpies 200 attack. Whenever I summon a Harpie, I can kill, well, I have to kill a spell or trap on the field. So if the opponent doesn't have any, I usually just destroy itself. Then we got 1 Elegant Egotist, summon a Harpie Lady from the deck if I control any Harpie. Then I've got Divine Wind of Mist Valley. This card combos with both Dancer and Harpist, and Harpist is the main reason I decided to start running this, because now I've got 6 monsters that can utilize this. Because it says whenever a wind monster is returned to my hand, then I can summon a level 4 or lower wind monster from my deck. So I send Dancer back to my hand, or I send any of my Harpies back to my hand with Harpist, and I get to summon a Harpie from my deck, and that typically means I'm going to have a Chidori that turn. Got Raigeki, Book of Moon, and MST, because Raigeki and Book of Moon. And MST, sometimes there will be those things that the field spell can't get around, and you just want to destroy something, so that's why I like having an MST, just for like security, paranoia reasons, you know. And it's another thing for Summoner Monk, so if anything, you know, you can just throw away the dead MST if you don't want it. And we got 3 Hysteric Parties. You discard a card, summon as many Harpies as possible from the graveyard, and that works pretty well with Harpist now, or Sign, because each of them say, oh, I got sent to the graveyard, guess I better search, you know? Guess I better make that advantage. Oh, and you know, then I can attack with all the Harpies or XCs or whatnot. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, another card that it says discard to send an opponent's card back to the top of their deck. So discard Sign or Harpist yet again. 2 Mirror Force because I want to get rid of monsters, you know. And then Torrential, Deep Prison, Fiendish Chain, Bottomless, Ring of Destruction, and Solemn Warning. Now, the trap lineup I'm not 100% sure about. I mean, the traps can kind of change with the formats, you know. I don't see as much of the potential of Ring of Destruction as the others. Of course, I don't probably test it out as much, so that might be part of the reason, but I do see why people prefer Ring of Destruction over something like Compulse. Fiendish Chain could probably come out just because the one of it seems kind of awkward. All these others either have a reason to be a 1 because they're limited, or Deep Prison is just a 1 because I have 2 Mirror Force. I usually run 2 Mirror Force, 1 Deep Prison, or 2 Deep Prison, 1 Mirror Force. Mirror Force just seems like a better card to me at the moment, so that's how the deck is right now then. So let's move on to the extra deck. So pretty much the best card according to most people, the best part of the deck would be Lightning Chidori, which yet is a pretty solid card. I mean, when it's summoned, it sends a face down opponent's card to the bottom of the deck, and then you can detach to send another card they have to the top of the deck, so you know, not bad. And everyone in the deck except Summoner Monk is wind, so not going to have that much of a problem bringing it out. Next we got 2 got Cowboy. With Hysteric Party, you're going to be able to bring out some XCs pretty often, and dealing damage to the opponent just in strokes of 800, or maybe you need to get over a big monster of theirs. I mean, either option's fine. Then we got Heartland Draco. If for some reason you can't get over a monster, you just need to put in another 2000 damage. Or like when you're facing Melodious and Aria as being an annoying thing, you can use Draco and just deal direct damage. Dagosto Emerald, you can go ahead and recycle those monsters because you can run through them pretty fast if you actually get your signs and channelers off. And then we got Direwolf, just some more card removal. We got Ragna Zero, take out any monsters that have increased attack and draw a card off of it, so not bad. We got Castel because Castel is great. Send back any monster back to the deck, or you know, Book of Moon, but mostly you're going to be using this send back to the deck effect. Got Abyss Dweller because you know a lot of things want to activate in the graveyard, so go ahead and stop them. Got Zero Fine. She's pretty awesome. She takes 2 winged beast monsters, and her effect is you detach all. She gains 300 attack for all face-up cards on the field, besides herself, and all of your opponent's face-up cards' effects are negated. So she can become pretty big, and you're assuming they didn't do anything to stop the effect. They can't do anything about it after that. So yeah. And we got Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, kind of like Heartland Draco, only it takes 3 wind monsters, but it can't be targeted for attacks or effects. And that goes for all Harpies as well, not just this. So yeah. We got Maystroke, it's a Book of Moon and a Staller. I mean, I could use other cards, but it's still pretty solid card. I mean, Book of Moon's always nice. We got Silent Honor because sometimes it's better than Castell, sometimes it's not. But other than that, I mean, it's a tiny bit stronger than Castell, and it resists destruction, so it's pretty good. And Black Ship because some cards can't be destroyed, but they can be sent, and dealing 1,000 damage is nice. So yeah, that's it for the Harpie deck profile. Be sure to check out the rest of the Duel series if you haven't already, and check out the Better Man's Melodious deck profile. And as always, have a wonderful day. Bye.